This is a very exciting day for me because I'm taking a project that I'm extremely passionate about to the next level. And a lot of times people ask me, like when I'm working on content or I'm writing a book or I'm doing a presentation or anything, like kind of how do I go about that process? So I've been living and breathing in the world of strategy, business development, entrepreneurship ever since I was a teenager. I've worked in startup companies, I've worked for multi-billion-dollar companies, and a lot of what I've found is that I like to work both digitally and analog. I just find I kind of work well both of those ways. So what I'm doing here today is showing you, this is one of the techniques that I use when I'm working on taking a project to the next level. I might have been writing out notes, I might have been doing some things on my computer, but now what ends up happening is I create a surround, what I kind of call like a surround blank slate. What I do is I start to kind of chart out like 3D chess, chunking things out in terms of ideation, in terms of timing. So what you'll notice is what I've got here is I start with January, February, March. I just basically wrap the room with each of the months. So a lot of what I do isn't linear. It's kind of, like I said, 3D chess. So I want to be able to have the freedom and the flexibility to be able, when something comes to me and I'm working on it, I can put it in the proper place, but also having it be in a structure. I used to not like to have structure. I've learned that structure is very powerful. So the only tools that I use are these big overscale 3M type Post-it notes, okay? That's what I use overall when I'm putting out kind of big pieces. But also, I have my computer. I work on my MacBook Pro. I always have a big stack of just blank paper. Usually have my black Sharpies and more Post-it notes. There's my faithful Lululemon water bottle. And that's pretty much it. I like to keep everything else out of the room so that I'm just sitting down there, I'm thinking and I'm working. I will do this even if I'm starting something from scratch. If I'm doing something from scratch, I find that sometimes just surrounding myself with a room with these blank spaces gives me a place where all of a sudden the thought comes to mind and I can put it in a particular place. And then what happens is eventually I'm able to edit and create the content in such a way that it makes a lot of sense. So I hope this has been helpful. I will tell you, if you've never done this before, try it. Get the big overscale blank slate Post-it notes, wrap a room. In this case, I have done it today with, a year. Sometimes I'll do it with just 3 pieces. It doesn't really matter, but the idea is that you actually start to set yourself up for success. You clear out a lot of things, except if you want to write with a pen, if you want to write with Sharpies, if you want to just use your computer, that's up to you. I just find, like I said, I do a dance back and forth and I find it's very powerful. So anyway, I got to get to work. I'd love to hear if this was an idea that maybe you're doing, or you have an idea that you're doing like this that you think is even more powerful than what I'm sharing. Love to hear about it. Let me know, put it in the comments, and let's see if this can help spark something for somebody that's creating a book, or they're working on a project, or they're doing a speech, or a TEDx talk, a TED talk, whatever. It's a very powerful tool. Anyway, have a great day, and I'll be back again tomorrow.